to the SuperCoach Paige show for this week, although this week it's a different situation. It's actually probably going to be better called the SuperCoach show because unfortunately Paige has been omitted due to her pretty crummy internet connection in the Google Hangouts last week. We decided to drop her.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. She was dropping in and out of Google Hangouts. If those of you who tuned in would have seen that Paige was on for about a second talking about one of the players and then just dropped out. Yeah. So that's what happens. Yeah. But hopefully we'll have her back next week, fit and firing. She's fit and firing, but she's just not here.
Yeah, and another reason we dropped her is because of her horrible performance in SuperCoach, which the show is all about. Again, she's hit the chocolate hat. 2,299 was her score. Damon, what was your score?
My score was a modest 2,307, so not too bad. There was a couple of underperformers there. Zorko is the man that I just want to give the axe. I've already given the axe to him once before and got him back in my side, so it's my own fault. And what about yourself?
Oh, look, I scored pretty well. I got 2,368. Got let down by a couple of players, Zorko being one of them, Hanley being another. But the most annoying thing of this round is that I've top scored out of us two, Paige and Joyce, you know, multiple times. Let's say 6 or 7 times. Joyce has never beaten me in a round until this round, and I was playing him in our league. And Joyce top scored with 2,404. He beat me on 2,368. So pretty disappointing.
Yeah, and he's the perennial chocolate hat as well. So big surprise, the big upset.
Yeah,
yes, but on with the show. What have you got up?
Exactly. So this is part 1 of our 2-part series, I guess you could say, of SuperCoach
new format.
Paige. Now, so in this part, we're going to be talking about the must-haves for your team going into the final rounds of the season. Because obviously, teams right now are nearing completion. Whether you've got 10 trades left or whether you've got 1 trade left, maybe like me, you've got to have certain players in your teams. And these are the ones that we reckon. I'll kick us off. We're going to start with defenders. Nick Malcheski. I know you don't have him, but I got him a few rounds ago when he was flying under the radar, had a good average, but not great. And then he came out and went bang, 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 about 5 or 6 games in a row, and now everyone has jumped on him. He's sitting at 551,400, he's averaging 103, break even of 122, and his next 3 is GWS, West Coast, and Carlton, arguably 3 of the worst teams, and he is playing in the best team in the AFL. So, in terms of his stats, now this is an interesting one that I found. His overall player ranking was back in 2007 when he finished number 25. This season right now he's sitting at number 29 overall. So he's definitely one to look out for, considering you want as many top 30 players as you can get into your team as possible right at this minute.
Yeah, I reckon that's a very good potential inclusion right there. And another player as well who's a teammate of Malcheski is Jeremy McVeigh. Now he's priced at 533,100. He's averaging 104, so 1 point more than Malcheski there. And his break even is 115, with his next 3 games being GWS, West Coast, and Carlton. Now he's gunned all year, and if you're looking for someone to really bring into your defence, I reckon you have him in your top of your list, up there with Malcheski, and he's one of the most consistent performers you'll find, and he's only scored his lowest score of 82 across the entire season so far, which was in round 1. So there you go. On the upside as well is he's actually cheaper than Malcheski. He's $18,000 cheaper. So
which is ridiculous because the rest of the season he wasn't. So that's a good time to jump on him, I guess. Let's move on to the midfielders. Tom Liberatore is the one I'm gunning for. He's been in my team since the start of the season, and a lot of people were writing him off in the first few rounds. I think a lot of people also traded him out, and that was ridiculous. And a lot of people were talking about trading him out as well, and if they've stuck with him, then they'll probably be thinking they're chocolate hats at the moment, because he's sitting at 623,900, he's averaging 116, he's got a break-even of 134, and get this, right, he's got an 88% likelihood of achieving that according to SuperCoach Gold. There's not really too much more you can say about this guy, apart from the fact that he is a gun. If you don't have him and you can afford him, get him in your team, because right now he is probably up there right next to Gaz as the second best midfielder or second highest ceiling midfielder.
Now what about this guy, Miko? Now you know all about value, and this guy screams it.
Yes.
He's Nathan Fife. He's priced at 573,400. He's averaging 117 at the moment. So right up there with Libba. And his next three, he's got West Coast, Melbourne and GWS. And look, he's 40k cheaper than Libba. So for me, I reckon I'd go for him if you haven't got either player. He just nudges it in front right there. And he scored 100 plus in 10 out of 11 of his games. And with 5 of those, he scored over 120 plus. So I want him on my side. I'll probably get him in this week. I can't help myself.
That's quite ridiculous. I actually did 2 trades last week to get him in my side. So
worth it.
Anyway, let's move on to the rucks. And the big man, Shane Mumford, GWS player. Can't go past him. He's sitting at 575,600 at the moment, and he is, I think, the third cheapest. Oh, sorry, the third most expensive.
I'm excited.
Oh, geez, so right. He's averaging 124 again, which is ridiculous. He had a very poor return, which a lot of people sort of said, oh, what's going on with him? And they maybe even jumped off him at that point, if they hadn't already when he got injured, because he was out for a fair while. He's got a break even of 66, so he's definitely going to go up in price. His next 3 is Sydney, Adelaide and Fremantle. And get this, at the moment, he's scored, since he's been back, he scored that 40, as we said. And then he scored 115, 112, 123 and 152.
Wow.
So if that hasn't convinced you, I don't know what will. He's definitely the top ruckman this season.
I wish I had the trades Mick to get him in, but I don't think I need to because I've got Sandy and I've got another guy here. Sam Jacobs, he's priced at 556,900. He's averaging 109 at the moment, and his break-even's 57, so if you want him, get him in right now. And his next 3, he's got Port, GWS and Hawthorn, so not too bad there. And he scored 110 plus in 10 out of his 13 games thus far, and he's averaging 118 in his last 7 games in comparison to the 109 that he's averaging at the moment. So he's getting right up there, so now's the time to jump on him. And the other tasty aspect to it is that he's only owned by 11% of people in the competition, so a bit of point of difference there, surprisingly.
Brilliant, and that's another one I'm sure Carlton are happy they got rid of. Moving on to the forwards now, Dusty Martin. Now, yes, he is playing in the worst AFL team there is at the moment. Yes, he's had 5 games under 100, but and Joyce seems to think that's cardinal sin. Listen to this guy's recent form. Since round 9, he has scored 118, 134, 132, 108, 108 again, and most recently 148. That is ridiculous. He is a machine. I would go as far as saying that he is potentially the ¡1 forward in the competition at the moment in SuperCoach.
#1. I was actually cursing when I first got him into my side, but now not so much. He's found some consistency, and that's what he's been lacking over his career. Another player who I desperately want to get in is Robbie Gray. He's a dual position player, playing the midfield or up forward, and he's priced at 566,700, but worth every single dollar, I think. Averaging 108 with a break even 146, so you can probably wait for a week or so for him to drop in price a little bit more. But his next 3, he's got the Crows, the Bombers and Richmond, and he's already in the top 5 scorers up forward, and he's hit the 100 plus mark in 9 out of his 13 games. So I want to get on him. He's tasty, and he's ultra consistent. I said tasty again. Yes. And he's got a huge ceiling. So there we go. And
if I have no injuries, if I'm extremely lucky, then I'm going to use my last trade of the season to get him in.
-1. And that about wraps it up for this little bite-sized episode. Quite small, but straight to the point, I think. And rest assured, as Paige will be back next week, and we haven't kicked off the show. I don't think we can. I don't think we've got that power to do that.
No, I think technically it's her show, but you know we'll keep trying, won't we, for the rest of the season?
Absolutely. And there is a part 2 which we'll probably release as a podcast. So stay tuned for that. So we'll be covering what, Mick?
I will be covering Smokeys and points of differences.
Yes,
some tasty ones.
Tasty gems. Yes, little morsels. So stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you next week.
Cool. See you later.
Bye.